Meteorologist Simone Thomas. We are joining you this morning to just bring another forecast update to our audiences on THV 11 Plus, Facebook and YouTube. We've got some strong storms starting to develop across western portions of the state that will be impacting the Little Rock Metro through the start of your lunch hour. So we wanted to give you a quick update before our newscast at noon because we've got those storms producing some heavy rain at times, thunder and lightning. We've even had a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings for those storms, bringing some large hail this afternoon. So I have up all of the platforms that the stream is going on again. This should be reaching our audiences on THV 11 Plus, Facebook and YouTube. Like I like to say on Sundays, if you have any questions, you can put those either in the comment section of the Facebook or YouTube stream or text those to us at 501-376-1111. Let's go ahead and get started. If we can take max one full, please, for people to see what's happening right now. Like I mentioned a second ago, this is starting to bubble up across western portions of the state. We're seeing that now. Hot Springs, Benton, up to Perryville, you guys are probably seeing some heavy rain, some thunderstorms. We did just have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for portions of west central Arkansas, but I think they allowed that to get canceled early because it weakened in some of the latest scans. So that warning again was just in effect for Clark and Pike County. They expired that here at 10:45. We have a special weather statement in effect for this storm right here. Let me pause this for you, take you to live to point out where in this cluster of storms we have that warning. So impacting portions of Clark County, Dallas County, Garland County, Hot Spring and Saline County. So this cluster again around Hot Springs up to Benton down to just north of Arkadelphia where we're getting a lot of this lightning signature. This storm is stronger than a regular thunderstorm, but not strong enough for a severe thunderstorm warning. This was issued, again, the special weather statement in effect until 11:15 for winds and over 40 miles an hour and half-inch hail. So let's take a look at those wind speeds now coming out of this storm. Going to add our query tool to pick up some for you. So looking across western portions of Garland County between Highway 270 and Highway 70, this is about 15-mile-an-hour winds. We've got just north of Hot Springs 30-mile-an-hour winds near Lake Hamilton. 26-mile-an-hour winds over towards Benton because again this cluster, this area, 25-mile-an-hour winds in this storm. Again, want to show you this is a cluster of storms developing across west central Arkansas. No active warnings right now, but we're paying attention to what's happening out there because we do have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for some of west central, central into southern Arkansas until 3 p.m. If you've been following along with us since the weekend, we've been talking about we have a couple of rounds of rain and storms moving through between today and Wednesday. That's why we're under a THV 11 weather impact alert. So today's round, the good news with that is what we have moving through now. This will be moving through southern portions of the state between now and middle part of the afternoon as we're getting ready to pick the kids up from school between 3 and 4 o'clock. Activity will be starting to wean off from west to east, but we've got to get through this time frame right now. If anybody has any lunch plans, this is definitely going to impact you out and about over the next hour. But again, right now, no active warnings. We just have that severe thunderstorm watch and the special weather statement again that is impacting cities between Hot Spring, just north of Arkadelphia, and then getting over towards Bryan and Benton and Saline County. Got a lot of lightning with this. Like I said, we've been picking up on some hail estimates. If we could actually take Storm Track 11 to use our hail tool, I want to take you in on Clark County, where you see this bullseye of these yellows and even oranges, 1 inch to 1.25 inch size hail. That is big enough to prompt a severe thunderstorm warning, but this is just with the newest scan. I think part of why they allowed that to expire was because once it expired, it did weaken a little bit, but possible that we could see another warning, or if not, they maintain that special weather statement. That is what is in effect right now in this area until 11:15. Like I said, we're not seeing anything to prompt more than that, but looking across northern portions of Pulaski County between Roland and Maumelle, these blues in that teal color, that's about quarter size, $half size hail. So the rain that's moving in is bringing some impacts. We've also been getting a few pictures from people of some small hail. So if you do see hail falling and you can get a picture safely, you can always send those in to us at 501-376-1111. The good news is, have not seen anything worth noting possible rotation or a tornado at the moment. That risk is very low today, but it's not zero. If we can take things back to Max 1, I want to show you our severe risk for today. I'll bring that back up in a second. I still have it on the radar for you, but through the rest of this morning and into the afternoon, the greatest threat with these storms will be the hail. That's why we've been talking a little bit more about the hail. We do have that dashed area up to 2-inch size hail is typically what is indicated by the dashed area. I think though, based off of the ingredients we have, at highest we may see 1.25 inches to about 1.75 inches, not quite 2-inch size hail, but still bigger than 1 inch is what is anticipated across some of central and southeastern Arkansas. Now, right now, like I said, we just have at greatest, the largest hail that's being picked up by radar is what's fallen in Clark County, just north of Arkadelphia. That's a little bit over 1 inch. So as we continue through the next couple hours and those storms are moving further east and we get into, think of places towards Pine Bluff, Camden, over into Monticello, and we have that environment a little bit richer for larger hailstones. That could be something we see over the next couple of hours. I actually want to take you forward. This is a cool tool we like to use. The colors, the contour colors you see indicates the hail risk, and then of course that radar overlaid with it. We're using the HRRR model for both of these contours. That's one of our short range high resolution models. Now, what I want to bring to your attention to kind of give you a baseline of what we're looking at, this teal blue color that is highlighted across the state, that is indicating that severe size or 1 inch quarter size hail is likely across much of the state because we have those ingredients in place that the environment can produce 1 inch hail. This is projecting, of course, at this point we're starting to see that rain bubbling up or those storms bubbling up across some of western and west central Arkansas. Through the lunch hour, more of those storms expected to fire up across the Little Rock Metro and areas east, and we still have that environment that is rich and conducive to pick up on severe hail. As we continue through the afternoon, and like I said, around the time you will be getting ready to pick the kids up from school, I do think areas to our southwest are starting to see drier conditions, but from Little Rock down to Pine Bluff, Monticello, and areas east could still be dealing with spotty to scattered thunderstorms that'll be in that environment that is rich for that severe hail. Good news is, as we continue through the rest of the evening, the rain is pushing east out of the state, so this won't be an overnight threat. We're getting it out of the way early today, and then overnight into Tuesday, we'll get a gap in rain, and more rain is actually expected tomorrow. But I will have the opportunity to tell you more about what we are expecting through Tuesday and Wednesday coming up here at noon for your newscast. So if you do have the opportunity to join us, we'll be streaming on THV 11 Plus as well as being live on THV 11 for our regular news at noon, and then at 12:30 Arkansas News Now will stream exclusively on THV 11 Plus. But I will have more forecast updates to talk about what we have coming for the rest of the week. But like I said, we wanted to come on right now to give you the heads up. Hey, if you live across portions of central Arkansas, likely already Hot Springs, Benton down to Arkadelphia, you're already getting the rain. But the Little Rock Metro, Maumelle, Jacksonville, Sherwood, even into Little Rock, over the next 30 minutes to an hour, we're going to start to get some rain, some heavy rain, some thunderstorms. Some of those thunderstorms could bring at least 1 inch size hail. I do think over the next couple of hours, though, Pine Bluff, Star City, Dumas, Monticello, you're going to be feeling more of that after lunchtime and getting into the middle part of the afternoon. So we'll be following this through the rest of the morning and afternoon. Again, if we ended up with a tornado warning, even though that threat is very low, it's not zero. If we end up with a tornado warning, obviously that will prompt us to break in and bring you more coverage. But before I try to wrap things up, I want to make sure nobody's leaving any comments with any questions. Somebody said in Bismarck, there's a lot of lightning and it's pretty loud, not much wind right now. Hot Springs, light rain with thunder and lightning. So yeah, over in this part of the state, I definitely see in Bismarck heavier thunderstorm impacting you compared to Hot Springs. I do think you have more moderate to heavy rain on the way, trailing along that highway 270. Let me look at the Facebook stream to see if we have any comments over here. All right. Nothing new right now from anybody, but again, just coming in to let you know we've got rain moving in from our west. Would not be surprised if people in West Little Rock are starting to see rain, definitely farther west towards Martindale, Ferndale, over into Chenal Mountain, probably picking up on some thunder and lightning. Geyer Springs probably picking up on some light rainfall right now. The heavier rain and thunderstorm still looks west of I-430. So putting that into perspective for anybody that maybe is at work, but you need to head to West Little Rock for your lunch plans, you're about to be hitting some heavy rain, even some thunder and lightning. And then again, we're just tracking this cluster of storms that is coming in from our west. We'll be moving south and east through the state over the next couple of hours into the afternoon. Right now, no active warnings. We just have what we call a special weather statement. That's a step down from a warning. That is what we have with this cluster of storms across Garland County, Hot Spring County, Clark County, and into a little bit of Montgomery County over here. Just this cluster where you see a lot of this lightning and this heavy rain. The information with the special weather statement says winds in excess or greater than 40 miles an hour. For a severe thunderstorm, we need 60-mile-an-hour winds. So getting close, but not quite strong enough. I think the biggest impact we've been seeing right now in this cluster is the hail. Again, the hail is our big threat today. Right now, out of that cluster, it looks like the biggest hail is falling in northern Clark County near DeGray Lake Resort State Park, west of Caddo Valley, but south of Bismarck. So if we've got some people that live out in this area and you are able to safely get a picture of the hail, it would be really great if you could text us those pictures just to know, get an idea of what is falling and what is likely going to be possible for some of your neighbors east as these storms continue pushing east through the state. Let's take us back to our reflectivity to just watch this play out as it moves east through the state. Doesn't look like any new updates from the National Weather Service right now. Just looking to make sure I'm not missing anyone's questions. What about Allport, Humnote in England? Definitely not raining right now. I would say over the next hour and a half to 2 hours, so getting past 12 o'clock, closer to 1 o'clock, I think you could be starting to see some rain and thunderstorms, and through 1 into 2 o'clock, that'll be moving through your neighborhood, and then by 2 to 3, that's moving further south and east into this part of the state. So right now you're good, but as you get again past that hump of lunch hour, things will start to be picking up. Let's see. Well, I don't think, I'm looking to see if the National Weather Service is going to give any more update. Again, we don't have any active warnings right now, just paying attention because we do have some stronger storms headed into central Arkansas and the Little Rock metro through the lunch hour, so don't get caught off guard by this. Again, this is going to be moving through over the next couple hours, and by the time you're getting ready to pick the kids up from school, things will start to quiet down. Our severe thunderstorm watch continues across central and southern portions of the state through 3 p.m. We have our newscast at noon coming up in an hour, and then we have Arkansas News Now at 12:30. So more forecast updates, not just for the rest of today, but the rest of the week are coming up fairly soon. But in the meantime, if nobody else has any more questions, I hope y'all enjoy this last hour of the morning. I'll see you at the lunch hour, and try to stay dry.